welcome back to O-The-Humanities. This one is episode 52. I know that because I've just looked. And this will be what Paddy called, brilliantly, and you're not normally this good with names for episodes, but...
I'm not.
Go on.
Can I? Okay, so yeah, I thought a good name for this would be...
No, come on.
TennOh-The-Humanities.
There we go. You can retire now.
I kind of feel like there should be some sort of musical sting there.
I'm sure you can do that on the edit.
You remember like the award show we did with the play the music?
This isn't a good start, is it?
Nope.
If we did for some reason like
it's a normal
fluke
start.
The last episode, people would be like, "These idiots don't know what they're doing," which basically is our whole Dark Souls run.
Yeah,
and in Warframe as well. And I like to think that a lot of the videos that I've seen are people who are very good at video games and are very good at Warframe and understand everything about Warframe. And
they're quite instructive, aren't they, in their own way?
Yeah. I mean, they're brilliant videos, but I think where we set our stall out is two idiots that don't really know what they're doing in Warframe, but are having like crazy amounts of fun figuring it out. Because we are, and we're both a bit obsessed, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty in. So for those people who might be listening to this first, what's your name?
Oh, I'm CJ, also on the Twitters and stuff as Coffee Jesus.
Interesting.
What's your name?
My name is Paddy, also known as Patrick, also known as Paddy Stardust on the internet and everywhere in the world. Because that's quite a unique handle, so no one ever has it, which is good.
Well played.
Yeah.
So because I've been a bit surprised about how you've taken to this a little bit, because I'll be plugging away on, because we talk sort of every now and again, or we have done, because jobs have kind of pulled us in different directions recently. And I'll be plugging away with the Xbox One version, and then I'll jump over to the PS4 version and stuff, and then I'll see that you've just like smashed into it and like really gone sort of quite a way. And then when we do get chance to get together, you've undoubtedly sort of got a new frame or a new weapon, or you've like super cannoned on, like I say.
Well, here's the thing, right?
And it's cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, like when we've been playing, like I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed that we have like played games together more in the last 2 weeks than we have in like months.
Yeah, big time.
Because we're just there. It's like, Warf, frame.
Yeah.
Frame.
Or even like the other night where it was just like, you were saying you'd had a pretty murderous day at work, and you were like, some frame sessions. And like, it's not just sort of, when we used to meet up on Desters, it would be, we'd have a bit of a natter about what we've been doing, what had been going on, all that kind of stuff. This pretty much is talking about Warframe.
Yeah, because it's not
trying to
like
figure out
easy.
Warframe.
It's not as easy to work out, because I mean, how many hours have we lost going through the codex going, look at the Kukaga.
But that's kind of advanced on a little bit now, because the new codex is the marketplace.
Yeah.
Last night we were just like, look at the skin for... And I was like, oh, I'm looking at this one. Right, you look at that one, and I'll look at that. Whoa, look at that one.
Look at this helmet. Ooh.
I know. So
this helmet looks like a shark. Ooh.
Yeah, so we've been having like loads of fun. Plus, there's been a lot of back and forth with figuring bits and pieces out, and it's been... I'd say the reason that we did the Dark Souls podcast in the first place was I was pretty much an enthusiast about the Souls games. You were new to them, and we, it was nice seeing the back and forth with you discovering it for the first time, and me seeing it through new eyes, but also through the stuff that you were noticing that I maybe didn't, and we had fun. It kind of lit a fire under us. I'd definitely say Warframe is the sort of the biggest game. I don't know how to phrase this. It's the first game to do this for the longest time, and I know that. I mean, not only between the two of us, but like last week, I got I worked like a huge amount of days in a row, and I just kind of got back home, and on my day off, I put on the Xbox One version, then I put on the PS4 version,
right,
and I had dinner, then I had a nap, then I put on the Xbox One version, and then I think we played on the PS4 version, and then I went to bed.
Yeah, that's your life now, isn't it? I mean...
But the weird thing is, there's that little thing that comes up in the corner. It's just where it's like, you've been playing for an hour, you should take a break. But you see, my mind will go, oh look, they're telling me to take a break. You've been playing for an hour. I can get Nitane? What? All right. Well, I've done that. I'll go and have a bun.
Here's what you do, right?
Go make a sandwich. What? It's a blueprint?
Stop playing the Xbox One version. Go play the PS4 version when it tells you to take a break, and then when it tells you to take a break on the PS4, then go back.
Yeah, but you see,
you've taken a break from that version.
That was my day. That was my day off.
Yeah, just ping pong back and forward. But like, I mean, I do the same. Like, so I found myself like I get home, or I'll get up if I'm up early in the morning, and I've got nothing to do for half an hour. I'll bung it on. I'll pick up my daily box, my daily present, my daily gift from the Lotus. Thank you, Lotus. It's for the gift.
Cheers, face, Mum.
Daily. Thanks, Mum. And then I'll just do a couple of missions, or if it's in the evening, it tends to turn into like 20 missions or 50, like, I could build this if I find this, and then I go on the website and I look on the app and I'm like, where do I find these? And I go, oh, they're on this place, but I've not been there, so I need to unlock that. So what do I need to do? I need to go to this planet, and then that planet, and then that planet. I need to shoot this, and like, it's this big chain of things. So I've got this list in my head of, I need to go there to get that, to do that, to buy that, to upgrade that, to get that. It's driving me mad.
Now, you see,
in a good way.
I worried people at work at a certain point where they see me like staring off into space. Like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah. I'm just thinking about like, right,
nanospores.
So how do I get that skin for the rhino? Do I buy it? Do I wait for a discount? But I also get like an extra like. So I think about this like stupendously. And the weird thing was, like, last week, I went to see my friend Tara, and Tara was one of the people that I first talked to about Warframe, sort of filled me in on a few bits and stuff, and went into Nottingham, and we sat in Starbucks with pumpkin spice lattes, and literally for 3 hours we talked Warframe. And that girl is so good at Warframe, and the stuff that she told me, kind of without spoilers, but with like little kind of breadcrumbs forward.
There's stuff.
Yeah, and I was just like, no, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, no.
And then what were you like?
I was like, no, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, no. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's even factored into sort of friend stuff. And my mate Pete, who comes over and watches like Japanese TV with me at the weekend, I showed it to him on Sunday, and Pete's not a gamer at all.
Yeah.
He's it's really into like his sci-fi and his television, all that kind of stuff. And it's always interesting to see him like speak about design as well, and the visual side of things. And he was really taken with it, and he was taken by how alien it looked. And I was like, yeah, because a lot of things are built around the Halo look, maybe. Even in films now, a lot of it seems to be going towards that sort of militaristic, like, bit of neon type look.
Whereas this is more like Todd McFarlane in space.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'd even say that it leans a lot towards the painted sci-fi books that I used to love as a kid, like Chris Foss type stuff, and just it looks alien, and that's what I really.
The Grineer look like they belong on the cover of a book.
The crunchy burst of the Grineer.
Yes,
as a wise man once sang.
I do. Yes.
Oh, hold on. No, you sang that bit.
I did sing that bit. Thank you for the compliment, unwittingly given.
So what have you been doing in your solo game?
Do you mean in your frame?
Yeah, you see,
in your game.
Yeah. Anyway, what's kind of cannoned you on since we last spoke?
Okay,
because I know you said you've been doing like your little tiny bits before work, and then you've been like jumping into like larger stuff and like
in evenings
researching stuff. I didn't know you've been researching.
Well, not even like I got a Codex app for my tablet.
What? This is a thing?
It's not a real one. Like, it's not official. It's just like a third party. Someone's just put a lot of info together.
Ooh.
Because I was trying to find I can't remember what it was. It was a crafting component that I've yet to find. Like, I think it was either nanospores or neurodes or something like that. It was something. So I downloaded this app and I had a quick look at it, and it's like, oh, find these on this planet and that planet and that planet, and they're rarer here and they're not as rare there. I was like, oh, this is quite useful. It's basic, but it's useful. And it sort of allowed me to then start planning out where I can get things from. But yeah, I think the thing that cannoned me through a lot, I mean, when we last spoke, I'd had Atlas for a little while. He's now Dirty 30.
Oh, you've leveled him.
Oh, he's Dirty 30, yeah, he is 30 boy. I have been pumping lots of endo into cards for him to make his health very big, and his shields very big, and his armor very big, and his punching very big, and his rumblers very big. Big is the word I'm looking for with Atlas. Big.
You see, we spoke about this the other night, but those Rumble Boys are great. And for those people that are listening that are maybe trying to get a measure of Warframe, like Atlas is like a giant bacon man who looks a little bit Egyptian, a little bit Cylon, can punch and kick real good, even though he's kind of spindly, but he can chuck out like these huge rock blokes.
Alan and Steve are their names.
Alan and Steve, as they were named the other night.
So you got Alan and you got Steve, and do you know they actually scale in size proportional to your power? To like your attack power or something. I can't remember what it is that actually scales them. There's something that scales them, but if you summon them with like a very low attack strength, they come out like Hobbit tall.
What?
And they break in like one hit. Yeah, they come out rubbish.
Because you can also chuck out a giant boulder, which you can use to knock a meditating Warframe.
That was very, very funny. So for those who didn't see that video, we were playing a mission together, and we got to the end, and I was kind of running off the edge because I couldn't see where the map was and wondered where you were. And I saw you meditating on the end of a stick, on like a pipe. So I cast
You bowled at me.
I cast my wall, and I threw my wall at him, and it knocked him off the edge. And it was very, very funny. I didn't know it could do that.
It was a giggle.
It was brilliant.
We didn't do videos.
We did videos, yeah. I put a video up.
We'll go into that in a bit, but yeah, carry on.
So yeah, I kind of enjoyed dealing around that because his power set seems like very me. It's very like, I'm a big boy and I'm going to hit you really hard. Also, I've got two mates that are big also. Have some big. Like Atlas, everything about Atlas is big.
You see, because I did see a video where I think somebody was reviewing Atlas, and they were saying that there needed to be more power put into the Rumble Boys because they're not very good. Well,
here's the thing: like at the level we're at the moment, they're fine.
Yeah,
like they're absolutely great. I think as we start progressing higher and higher and higher, I think they're going to get less useful. Just for the sheer power of them. At the minute, they're sort of knocking dudes down in a couple of hits, which is nice.
But just because you make a success of your life doesn't mean you forget your mates.
This is true, exactly.
And let's face it, Alan and Steve are rock.
Alan and Steve, they are. They got me where I need. Like they got me here, man. They are my foundations. But yeah, I can see why they'd get less good as further you go, and I see why people prefer to use his land style power, which is the mountain punch that we talked about last time.
That was great.
Punch you with a mountain.
Punch the robot off a mountain.
And I've upgraded his energy as well, so he can do the rumblers like without finding any energy pickups like 4 times in a row. And he can mountain punch like 30 times without needing to re-find any energy, which is pretty good. His other power is petrify, his pants, not very good. And the wall power is funny, but ultimately not that great. Like it's a wall, you can't shoot through it. It's like a shit version of the Volt Shield. Because you can run around with that and shoot through it, whereas here's a ball, here's a rock wall, and I can throw it, and it does a little bit of damage, but it's not that strong.
But the Volt Shield, somebody made a good point with regards to you can create the shield, but it uses power when you move it, which is a bit rubs. I'd rather it just sort of be the damage that it took, not because I'm moving it. But
perhaps, maybe, yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, and I've been watching a few vids. There's a guy called Mogamu that does loads of Warframe stuff. He's really, really good. There's a guy
doing a Twitch panel with Megan at TwitchCon, I think. Soon.
And Mogamu's videos are really good. So if you're listening and you want to know, like, right, well, what's so-and-so Warframe like, because there's like 25, 30 of them now, and it's like, well, what do they all do? His videos are really good for like overviews of the characters, and like, right, this is his first power, this is his second power, this is what they do, this is how I would mod them, this is what mods are going to work on what powers. They're sensible, Real good sense of humour to them as well. Like really well presented, really simple to watch. Like I really like them. They've been what I've been going to research.
I knew the name, but I hadn't seen any of his stuff. So yeah,
really, and like concise as well. Like his Warframe kind of rundown videos are like between 5 and 8 minutes long each. Like they're not going to take you like, let's look at Ember Prime for an hour. Because who's got time for that? Nobody has.
But we say this when, like, in the future we're just like, I watched a video and it was 90 minutes on the secret history of Vault and what you can do that you don't realise. And yeah,
lore!
Depends how nerdy we get with it, I think.
I really like lore.
Yeah, I like it when he goes, Caracal. Goodbye.
There is a deep reason for the Caracal.
I know.
No. Quick, away from lore. It's getting bad. So, yeah, I liked his, the guy called Tactical Potato.
Okay.
Who I've been watching, who appears to be some sort of Scottish. Apologies. But his video is the same sort of thing. Shows off a few ideas. I was watching like a top. I think it was about Atlas, about how he's neglected. And I think at the last kind of look this year, Atlas has the lowest playtime out of all Warframes.
Really?
Across the player base.
So why did you choose him?
Because he's brilliant and he can punch you with a mountain and he's got 2 mates called Alan and Steve.
But did you know this beforehand?
I did not know this.
Did you just look at him and just go, that is my physical representation in the game?
If I had a stand, I want it to be Atlas.
I can see that now.
I want him to appear behind me and just hit dudes with mountains. Like, for me, like, you think, I mean, he looks a bit Cylon. I think he looks a bit like a train. And you can't stop the Atlas train.
Yeah, I can say. Choo choo.
Choo choo, bitches. Boom.
Atlas hype train.
And I've been upgrading his landslide so you can actually punch from further away now. So she's like, choo choo. Boom.
You see, you need to say that the next time we're playing it.
I'll find that. So yeah, Atlas has been a big part of why I've been moving through, because I just enjoy playing him. To the point where I was worried that I wouldn't be able to click with any of the Warframes. Because I've been switching his weapons out. You know, the Boltor has been just wonderful gun. A proper heavy, strong machine gun that shoots crossbow bolts.
I didn't undersell that gun, did I?
It's brilliant. It sounds good. If you shoot a really strong guy and you stand right next to him and shoot him, you see the bolts sticking out of him. Like pin cushions.
I don't think I've moved on from that gun. I've had it.
Do you know what it does?
What?
Do you know the bullet that you kill a guy with does the thing that arrows do when you charge them up, is that it pings them across the map and sticks them to the nearest wall.
You see, when I spoke to Tara, she was like, yeah, Boltor's like my gun. And it's kind of added a little more allure that there's that side armor that looks sort of that metalish fishbone.
Bolty.
Yeah, and I quite like that. But the fact that she's still using it, and obviously you've got the catalyst that you can plug into them to kind of give them, you know, say, this is my gun, I want to add more and more and more bits to it.
I want to double its capacity, which is a cool thing, and you can earn that stuff to do that. Like, you haven't got to buy that. I've got the crafting requirements to build one of those now.
But you see, like, I moved on from the Boltor to like a few other guns since, and they've not moved me, Paddy.
Well, can I tell you about a gun that I tried today?
Ooh,
I'll tell you about a friend. You've told me about this gun. I think you didn't like this one, but I like this gun. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I'm enjoying my time with it so far. I now have a gun called the Gorgon.
Yeah.
And the Gorgon is another machine gun. It's like, it's a heavy rifle, brilliant. But the thing about the Gorgon is that its fire rate gets faster the more you fire it. So it goes.
Noticed that. It does. It does.
So there's a gap, like bam, 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 like.
But does it sound as nice as the Boltor? No, it does not, sir.
I don't know. I do enjoy the sound of the bam, 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 bam. I don't, not as much as the Boltor, because the Boltor is just like it sounds like you're nailing people with a machine nail gun.
Well, as I said, it sounded like somebody's firing up a very old lawnmower in a shed a couple of houses down.
Yeah, I think so.
Not in a bad way. They plugged an electric guitar into it.
This Gorgon's got a really nice... Like, the first shot is crap, but then after half a second, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
it chews for ammo.
I got that up to speed like fairly quickly with like increasing the reload and the magazine and that sort of stuff. So it gets there. I wasn't romanced by it in the same way as the Boltor.
It's like me with Atlas, you know. I've tried a few other frames so far, but Atlas is still my favourite because he's my boy, because he can punch you with a fucking mountain. So yeah, I've tried that. I've mixed around with a couple of the guns. I've got the what's the handgun?
You got the Kraken, didn't you?
The Kraken, yeah, that shoots 2 bullets. So you fire it and it goes ba bam, ba bam, ba bam every time, and that's kind of fun. It's very slow to reload, very long to reload. Like it fires 14 shots, so really you get 7 shots with it, and then you got to reload, which is pretty slow. I've not put any mods on that yet, but it's kind of fun. You know, it's good. I think I prefer it to the Vasto that I was using. Like it seems more powerful. Like immediately more powerful. And melee weapons I've been flipping and flapping, so I've got my punch boy weapons up to a max level. I've moved around to cleavers, which I've got those up to max level now as well. I've just moved on to... I've tried a hammer. I didn't quite like the hammer, which is odd considering I like to hit things hard.
Did you blueprint the cleavers, or did you...
blueprint. I didn't buy them.
You bought them?
Blueprint. I bought the blueprint with credits, yes.
Got you.
I've only spent actual money once so far to get the PlayStation pack that was like 170 platinum and a couple of skins. It was discounted. That's what I bought Atlas with originally. And so I've been trying a few things out. I've got some dual swords I've been trying recently, which is kind of fun. And just kind of trying different weapons out, because I've got all these like stance weapons for the melee stuff, but I seem to have all the stance weapons in all the stance cards you'll ever see, but no weapons that use them. Like I found so many of the one for the sides. Oh, Reaping Spiral again? Fuck you. So I might have to make a pair of sides just to use the card.
I had something very tempting in that regard earlier today.
In a card regard? Yeah. Please tell me.
Playing it before work, but I'll get to that in a moment when we do that stuff.
So do you want to know about the other Warframe then?
Yeah, we'll rock into it, because I know that you bought one.
Well, I did. I had some platinum left over from before, and I had my eye on this one for a bit, which seemed like the exact polar opposite of Atlas, but still very, very me. So I got a 50% off coupon after literally speaking to you that day, going, I'll wait until I get a 50% coupon before I buy it.
Wow.
And then got it that day. I was like, well, all right, called my bluff, fair enough. So I purchased the Octavia Warframe.
Tell us all about the Octavia Warframe and what makes her so damn cool.
Octavia is, you know, like from Transformers, remember Soundwave?
Soundwave.
Soundwave
Superior.
Octavia is that. She's got the power of disco. She is a music-based buffing and sort of caster type Warframe. She's not really very strong in the close-up, but she's got a lot of powers she can throw down that will kind of do areas and deal and like annoy the enemies and buff your allies.
She's also pretty new to you at this point, and there has to be said, like when you get Warframe, you do have to. They are a bit of a glass cannon to start off with, because you have to build up their shield capacity and their health, and it's a real learning process as to when you use a brand new Warframe as opposed to one that you've maxed out and you're super experienced.
Exactly, with. And I think like I've learned a lot of bad habits from my boy Atlas, because Atlas could just stand in the middle of all the enemies smacking punch and be absolutely fine. He's a sturdy boy. Octavia is about as sturdy as a crisp packet.
Got a crisp packet that's got like a speaker in it or a phone
and a really fragile disco ball.
Really, yeah, that's
like really like the sort of thing you put on a Christmas tree, like a really fragile one that will tinkle the second you drop it.
Let's move on.
Moving on. So Octavia's powers are all music based, and you can actually sort the music out yourself. So in her customized menu, when you look at appearance, there's a button to go to the Manda chord. And the Manda chord is the thing that's kind of sticking out of her arm. Like she's got this weird radial thing that kind of goes around on her arm, like a music thing. And you go into that, and it shows you like the beats for the music that she plays. So you've got 3 different bits. You've got the drums, which are the one power. You've got the bass, which is another one. And you've got the melody, which is a third one. You can use that if you want, or you can clear it all off and put your own damn music in. So I made my own Octavia song. Like a tribal bouncy bass, like a bouncy beat. I've got a bass line that goes bum 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 bum, and a melody that kind of goes along with it as well. So when I'm throwing my powers out, that is the music that plays, and it's brilliant. Like I did that. Die by my music. Listen, Hear the song of my people.
Because there's been points where I've been in sort of like big battles and stuff, and somebody's playing an Octavia, and you just see like the disco ball like go rolling past you, like bah, bah, and it's got like a really kind of old music video like spikes coming out of like the disco ball when it's playing its thing.
So let me explain what the powers do then. So Octavia's powers are really interesting. I unlocked the last one today as well. So power 1, Mallet, throws down a drum bit with a radius, and it will attract enemies in the area, or enemies will come to attack it. But any like damage it takes will deal back to the enemies in time with the beat.
Oh, so good.
So while my drums are going, like every bit of that is damage.
That was good.
Thank you. Foley master. So every bit of that is damage, which is really, really cool. And it's a really useful, really cheap power. Because her passive ability lets you regenerate energy for 30 seconds after casting any power. And that costs like 30 energy to cast, and I regenerate 1 energy per second for 30 seconds. So it's basically free if I can wait 30 seconds between casts.
I got you.
It's a really good ability. It means you can keep throwing this shit down, which is great. Second ability is the... it's like the Reverbizer or something. Something like that. Oh god, I can't remember now. I feel stupid. The second one, the Resonator. There we go. Which is the rolling disco ball, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Rolling disco ball has a slightly smaller radius, but it throws out the baseline, and that attracts enemies to it, so it makes them chase it. Which is all right on its own, but the real skill, the real fun bit, is when you throw out a mallet for the drum beat, and then you throw out the Resonator underneath it as well. The Resonator will go pick up the mallet and drive around the level with it.
That's crazy.
So the enemies will run at it, shoot at it, and then get damaged because they were shooting at the mallet. It's brilliant, and it does cost a bit of mana to use, and it will, like, you can't just use it and use it and use it, but if you get a decent enough radius, like, you know, up the range on them, you'll attract enemies all over the bloody map. Brilliant. Really, really funny. So power number 3 is the melody one, and that one throws down, basically it'll play the melody tune, but concentric rings will kind of go back towards Octavia as it's playing in time with your music. So like boom, 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 boom. Like every one of those booms will be a pink circle hitting you. And if you do certain actions, and if you, or if I, or anyone on my team does a certain action in time with it, you get a buff. So
that's crazy.
If you punch a thing or melee attack with the music, you get a melee damage bonus that stacks as you go. If you shoot with it, you get multi-shot. If you jump in time with it, you get an increased speed. And if you crouch with it, you get invisibility.
That's really cool.
It's weird.
She's almost like the sort of hunting horn in Monster Hunter, as like a similar sort of thing with the way that you play, and you can give people buffs and stuff. And
it's the Bard of Warframe. Definitely the Bard of Warframe.
I can see why you go for that.
Yeah,
because I know you had your eye on that for a little while before you picked it up.
It seemed like exactly my sort of like, here, make some dumb music noise at everyone. Be an irritating git. Like, all right, yep.
You've convinced me.
Sold. You had me at git. And her fourth power, which I unlocked today, is like an aura. So it's again, it's radial, so it'll drop a big area down, and then kind of little music sort of sound bars will kind of pop out of the floor, and the more sound that's going on inside the ring buffs you and your allies with like damage buffs, I think. So the more gunfire and the more attacking and the more explosions that are going off, the stronger everybody gets. And if I throw down then a mallet and a resonator at the same time and have them roll around too, enemies just walk towards the disco ball and die.
They walk towards music and die.
They listen to the sound of my tune.
If you've not downloaded it yet, what are you waiting for? People walk towards music and die.
It's murder on the dance floor.
Oh dear.
Yes. We've Bexted. Right, okay. Podcast over then.
I didn't know that was a word, but I will be using it from now on.
I need to go kill myself now. So that's I think that's everything I've done. I got an arc wing as well.
Yeah, how are you finding that? Because
Fucking
I
hell.
find it quite difficult to
rough.
control.
It's hard. Like it's certainly not as fluid and easy as being a regular frame ninja is. Even Atlas can move like a ninja boy. But when the Arcwing, it's definitely a lot harder because you've got.
But I have seen people like absolutely smash through levels, and I'm like, how? How are you doing?
There's definitely a skill, and like I'm starting to learn how to utilize the powers well.
But you're hitting stuff, and I was just kind of the best I could do was I tried because I play inverted, and I tried moving back from that just to see if I handled that a little bit better, and didn't, like with the Arcwing. And I think most of the time I just have to like slow down with the zoom at certain points and just try and like gun stuff down. But I've not really gotten into. Probably because my movement's pretty poor. I've not really gotten into like twatting stuff.
Oh, so here's how the strategy that I was using works, right? So you look around the map for the nearest red thing, aim the camera at it, push forward, and then wallop circle. Just really go to town on the circle button. Just tell that circle button, I'm gonna fucking press you several times. I was doing quite well. I mean, I'm always the melee kind of preferred in this sort of thing anyway. Like I like to smack things.
Like, both of these, because we've not played an Archwing level together.
No.
Yet, but both of these things tie into the way that we generally play games anyway. Whereas you just rush in and just try and headbutt everything, and I sort of sit back from things and try and pretend I'm not there whilst racking up death.
Yeah. It's the tactic, and it's always worked. I'm happy to stand in the middle going, like with a big sword, if you can back me up from distance. Like, that's how it works. And I've done a couple of missions. I did fail one, again, just for, I think it's like protect a bit, and I just couldn't work out where the enemies were, because you've got to fly around this floating thing, and try and kind of knock the enemies away from it before they get close. And it was just a little bit tricky. But I'm getting better at it, and I think as I start throwing cards in my Arcwing, I think upgrading the cards for the Arcwing is important as well. Again, we keep saying cards. I know they're mods. Don't yell at us.
No, I like cards. I call them cards.
They're cards.
Because they are cards.
Yeah.
Actual cards.
I reckon the cards definitely need upgrading and paying attention to, because without that, I think we are going to be struggling. But I kind of popped a couple of cards that I had. I didn't have very many, but I popped a couple on and did notice a significant improvement in just survivability.
Yeah, I can see that.
And damage. And because I like to melee, I was kind of put everything on the melee one and upgraded that a couple of times. And yeah, it was knocking things down in a single hit. It's like, this is fine for now. It's going to get way hard later, but this is all right now. I can deal with this shit. This is fun. But yeah, it's all right. But like the very first mission just sort of starts on you. I put a video of this up because I was sort of surprised. I wanted to do a video of my first Darkwing flight, and it's like, do this mission first. Like, oh, okay. So you run around inside of this corpus ship, and it's all going to hell, and things are exploding, and it's all not going very well. Like, oh, okay, crap. All right, just get in, get out. And then half the ship opens up, and you fall out of it into space.
Yeah.
And like, oh, crap. Uh-oh.
Right.
And Aldous is like, right, have an Arcwing then. Here you go. No time to do 78 hours of calculations. Just have it now. Like, oh, okay. And it just begins. It's like, oh, get out of the laser. Get out of the laser. You're dead. Here's a laser. Get out of the laser, idiot. Oh, okay. And yeah, it's a bit of a trial by fire, but I wasn't quite expecting it. But it was a little laugh, though. It's like, oh, God, everything's happening. Oh, dear. And I really like when a game throws a moment of just sudden bullshit panic at you.
Well, it does that quite a lot with regards to sort of new enemies and stuff anyway. And they're like, what are you doing here? Or, what are you?
Who dis?
Yeah, so I kind of dig that.
Yeah, so it's fun. I've also joined a syndicate. I joined the Red Veil.
Ooh, apparently the emo syndicate, the try-hard syndicate.
I don't know. They, well, to be fair, they're happy town. Their little corner of the tower of the relay where they live. They've just got a dude strapped to a table. They're just electrocuting every 5 seconds or so. They've got
just like being at home then, except it's not you on the table.
This is quite refreshing actually. Like, oh, I've been there, dude. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, they've got a big fiery tree in their bit, and everything's on fire, and they're all E-Bill. And yeah, I quite like them actually. They're quite fun. Like, fire is good. But since doing that, I found that the Arbiters of Hexus will now send things to kill me in the middle of levels.
Yeah, tell me about this, because we only sort of touched upon this briefly when we were sort of playing last night. And so how did this happen?
Yeah,
why did this happen? What happened?
So I was doing a mish. It was a bog standard. I think it was like a capture mission, something like that. It was a simple one, or exterminate, one of those. Doing a mish, and then middle of the mish, a video recording starts playing over the top of my screen. Like, oh shit! Like, the arbiters of Hexus will not allow your deeds to go unpunished. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was one of those kind of judgmental sort of things. And then the Lotus goes, uh-oh, stuff's coming. Look out! I'm like, oh, what's that? And like level 35 dudes turn up.
What?
Yeah, big boys appear.
What did they look like?
They were. I don't remember. Everything was on fire.
Were you just panicking at that point?
Everything was exploding. I was mashing the landslide button like you would not believe.
Were you in the solo mission at this point?
I was solo,
like
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was all alone. I beat them. I died like once in the middle of beating them, but I did beat them.
How many boys?
Maybe... I don't know. There were like 6 of them, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like there were probably less than I thought there were. But it felt like there were 1,000 of them. Like, it felt like there were 1,000 people. Because shit just kicked off. Like, oh god, oh dear, bullets everywhere, shield's gone, hide. So that was fun. I've been upgrading that to kind of get the new things. I think the next rank I can upgrade on that, I can start buying Lith relics.
Oh, right, okay.
So I can just buy them and just crack the missions to get them, which would be quite fun. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Because there's a clan thing with regards to like dojos and stuff with researching weapons. Because Tara was on about this. She was saying like, because she was saying that the clan that she's in, is full of kind of people that are in the military, like the US military,
right?
And they've got loads of time on their hands, so like they just play Warframe all the time, and they're really good at it. But the dojo, like you can research. Apparently, you can research weapons and figure out ways to get the bits and where to go and stuff. And she was like, these guys just got everything just down. Although the bit that was making me kind of smile was I just imagine them kind of going through a country, like driving through the streets in a tank and so. I don't know, they probably don't do this, but they drive through the streets in a tank and like they see a blue light in the corner and one of them goes, Cephalon fragment.
Oh fuck me.
So, but yeah, that sounds really cool.
So yeah, I did start an hour ago. I pressed the clan button, and I've made a clan just for the two of us.
Building castles in the sky.
Yeah,
cool.
Just to see what it's like.
Okay.
And we'll have a dabble in this tomorrow probably. But yeah, I built a clan, and I invited you. And I'm sorry if you're listening, but you can't join. Not yet.
What?
You can't join yet. I'm sorry. I want to see how much we can do with just two of us, and then when it becomes apparent that is not a good amount of people for a clan, we'll put the call out.
It's probably going to be really quickly.
Like, you need 8 people to access this. Like, dip.
Some cakes.
But yeah, I've created a clan at very least, and I'm making a key to get in the door of the clan. You have to craft a key to even get into the dojo.
Okay.
You have to make a key. It doesn't cost much. Like, it's cheap, but it does take 12 hours to make the key.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Like, you've made a clan. You're not allowed in the building for 12 hours. Like, Like a cool...
Mind you, to be fair, there is that thing with like Silent Hill where it's saying like, "Oh, sorry, I'm having to really." Was it? I think it was Yahtzee who said it. It was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm having a really bad day, and I've lost one of the symbols to get through my front door."
Yeah. I've lost the king key. So yeah, I've made a clan for us, us two. And yeah, I just generally just like I can just sit there for an evening and just do like alerts and Red Veil missions, and I'm trying to work out this syndicate synthesis thing. I thought I had right, and now I think I've got wrong. Yeah, it's just there's so many systems going on. It's like taking up a lot of my evenings just working this shit out and seeing things I want.
I thought I might be able to do like the Destiny thing whereby I can like run a few missions and like listen to a podcast and stuff. But the other day I had like the new episode of 8-4 play on, and it was on, and then I got really involved in a mission and realised that I hadn't listened to this podcast for about like 20 minutes. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about now.
Maybe that's the difference in what we're doing, because I was able to do that. I was sort of grinding away some easy missions for some parts I needed. But because I've got my rumblers, I just summon Alan and Steve, and off they go. And I can just sort of sit back and run around doing a bit of punching.
See, you've got lackeys. I think this might have been like a level where I had a little bit panic. And like, if you were doing your Arbiters of Hexus bit at that point,
yeah,
I think you might have been in the same.
I'd have had to rewind that show.
What's been your favourite thing that you've done, like since last time? Is there anything particular that surprised you, or that you've really loved, or because you, like I say, it's been interesting to see how much you've kicked on with. I drop into the PS4 game every now and again, but the furthest progress I've made is in my solo Xbox One.
I mean,
game, so.
I'll be honest. The thing that comes to mind, the no thought thing, is that time I knocked you off the edge with a bouncing.
That was funny.
It was very, very funny.
Yeah.
In
the big scheme of things, though.
In the big scheme of things, I found that I want to have that moment of building my Warframe myself. Like, I haven't built a Warframe yet. I've bought 2 of them with Platinum, but I've not built one yet. And I'm looking forward to that. But every time I kind of uncover a new blueprint of something that's like a step to something, like, oh, here's a former blueprint. Oh, you found an Orokin cell. You need those for stuff. Like,
it's exciting.
Finding a thing you've not found before, being ooh, or working out. Okay, here we go. This is what it was. Just diddling around in the menu, in the mod menu, and working out how the Ayatan treasures work.
Yeah, because I all I've done is stuff them on the front of my ship, like on the dashboard. And I saw a video the other day where someone was plugging them into the ornaments, and I was like, oh!
That's what I did. It's a bit like, for those listening, it's a bit like in Resi 4, when you find like a crown, and you can sell the crown for a bit of money, but if you find the 3 gems and plug the gems in the crown, it's worth a shitload more. Like a shitload, like 10 times more.
Do you get Endu?
Well,
or do you get credits?
You get Endu. So you can sell the statue. You find the statue. I think you can sell it for like 100 Endu, and these cyan and amber stars that you can sell for about 50 or 80 each. But if you plug a set together in a statue and sell that, you get 1,800.
That's pretty good Endu.
Pretty much all of that I plugged into a couple of my armor and shield cards.
A means to an Endu.
Don't.
What? I made this show the other night, and you were ill then. It's not gotten any better, has it?
This is bad.
All right.
They're terrible.
Right. I'll
You've broken me. I can't even form words now. Thanks.
Right. I will find them. So in our PS4 game, at this point, I need to love Volt. I've been messing about with Volt, which has been my starter frame on this one, who's got like electricity powers and stuff, and can form like a bit of a shield that you can run around with. But the best one is like this thing called Discharge, where you just electrify things in like a massive radius, and it is pretty glorious when it happens. When
does he go when he discharges?
No. He rises up like some sort of airborne Jesus, and then just goes like. And like you just see people like proper. Actually, that's going to be really funny when you're playing as Octavia and I do that, because it's just going to look like people are dancing as they're electrocuted. But I've not really got my head around what I want to do with these cards, and I need to make a decision on that.
I think you need to like for me. I found that like picking 1 or 2 powers and thinking, right, they're the ones I'm going to make good. Because different powers require different things. Like, I like that they've done that. Like, for Octavia, like, hers, range is a really good one for her, because that improves everything. Whereas for your Volt, like power will be good, but then I suppose range would be good for your electric crackle, your discharge, or efficiency, so you could do it more. Like, it's what you want to put on it, isn't it?
I think it's been... Whereas with the Excalibur on my Xbox One version, I loved the Excalibur from the start. I really loved the look of it. I loved especially like the Exalted Blade when I was sort of boinging around. They got a great colour scheme on him. I loved Excalibur from the start, and Volt was really to do something different on the PS4 version. So I wasn't just retreading what I'd done on Xbox One. I'd still recommend Excalibur as the starting Warframe, although I've not tried Mag.
I've heard Mag's largely the worst pick of the 3.
Interesting, but yeah,
she's the Bulbasaur.
Excalibur is still to me like the best starting Warframe, which shows you kind of exactly what you can do, and can boing around in like Metal Gear Solid type styles and sort of stealth and chop stuff, and he's Metal Gear Rising, I guess, with Excalibur. But yeah, Volt, I don't know. I've been sort of enjoying spending time with him, but there's just it's that level of romance, you know, we were talking about with the Boltor.
Is it because you love Frost Prime?
No, well, I learned to love Frost Prime. I don't think I did quite at the start, because it is interesting going from a Warframe that you've leveled, which is super powerful, to then going to
a
just
weedy
a
boy.
normal
A weedy
Warframe.
boy.
Yeah, one that you just started that you've not maxed out, like the shield or the health, or you've not, because you have to build up the abilities as you go along. And I think the last of the 4 abilities is level 10, I think.
Okay.
When you're cycling through leveling the creature, and it's helping with some of the stuff now that I've still got leveled weapons. But one of the great things with a new Warframe, I always think, is just to just get rid of everything. Just to, new pistol, new gun, or bow, or whatever.
Okay.
New melee, and just have a completely different experience. But yeah, I've got a little bit of plat to throw around, so I've been looking at a Rhino because I like the look of it. Big chunky gun boy.
He's quite expensive though, isn't he?
He is, but he looks like he's worth it. And if you're buying them for plat anyway, you get an extra Warframe slot, and I think a weapon slot. So is that?
Can I stop you before you get to it? Because apparently Rhino's one of the easiest ones you can build out the gate.
Really?
I think he's I think his bits you find him on Venus. Like he's one of the first ones you can build early.
Yeah.
Or one of the better ones you can. That's what the internet said. Because I was like, what Warframes can I build early game?
Okay. Because I've got a couple of bits for Rhino on the PS4 version, but yeah. But the thing that's really tempting me with that one is there's a deluxe skin for the Rhino called the Palatine skin, and basically he makes him look like one of those little lead figures from like war games and stuff that people paint, like really ornate, like metal armor that looks crafted and forged and polished and beautiful, and not just like a big sort of bulk of like shiny armor, like really detailed, intricate like designs etched into it.
So like Todd McFarlane's Venom.
Why are you bringing it back to Todd McFarlane?
It just that's the impression I get. Like that's where my brain goes.
Stop it. It looks really good. It looks like if Rhino Prime was in Game of Thrones. But without the shagging. I suppose he's got a horn anyway. But it's a beautiful skin. Skins wise, there's a Vault Immortal skin, which is only 40 plat, which would make him look a bit groovier. He's got a bit more lightning going on. And I've got him looking like the Reverse Flash anyway. So that would be kind of cool. That's not dead expensive, but the Capacitor, Grax, and Xenia skins for the Vault are 165 plat each.
Jeez, you could buy a frame for that. So
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
here's the thing about the skins, right? Okay, you go, then I'll go.
But I suppose if I get a 50, because you can get coupons off in your daily box that you open. If I get like 50% off, that's all right. And they are really nice skins. And I think that this is one of the big tempters for me now. That like in obviously I've been running with the Frost Prime in my Xbox One game. Never really settled on the look massively. I'm staring down that Frost Emperor skin in a big way.
Will that work on your Prime Frost?
You can. Well, when you get the Frost Prime, you get the Frost outfit as well with linking your Twitch and your Amazon Prime account.
Oh, so you can just make him look like regular Frost if you want to.
Yeah, you can use the regular Frost stuff if you want. So those are still there, but the Frost Emperor skin is just like, it's beautiful.
Okay, well here's the thing though, right? There's a lot of nice skins out there, right? Unless you like using the Warframes Atlas and Octavia, because there are precisely like 2.
Yeah, but we've got something Octavia based a little bit later on.
Bloody Excalibur and bloody Volt and bloody Mag have got about 15 each. Atlas has got 1.
Somebody was saying on the Reddit AMA that Volt, or it might have been the live stream, that Volt is the only, I think might be the only Warframe that's not got a deluxe skin thus far, which is interesting.
Odd.
But yeah.
He's got millions of skins, though.
Well, he's got 4.
That's more than Atlas has got.
But could you get like different helms that you can use as well and stuff? But yeah, we'll see, because I'd like to love Vault, but it's not there at the minute. In our PS4 game again, we did something called Maru's Bazaar.
Oh.
You did it first. Do you want to give your brief description of Maru's Bazaar, and then what happened with us afterwards? I'll chime in with.
So Maru's Bazaar is like a trading hub. You unlock, and you go there and you can trade with people, which is really weird. You sort of put your hand up in the air like, trade with me, please.
Yeah. Please, miss.
Please do a trade. Hello. And it's the place you sell your Iatan treasures for Endo. But there's also a mission where you can go and find Iatan treasures on some void ships, some really cool sort of white and gold sort of prime looking ships. They're amazing. And I love running around. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do that. So I did that, and this is on my own. Okay, so I currently have on my Warframe a mod called Thief's Wit, which lets me see where loot caches and things are in the environment, so I can pick up the collectibles. I would say I spent 25 minutes to half an hour running around this sort of spaceship, picking up so much stuff. Like, I was picking up
good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
The argon crystals, which are very rare. Items I'd never seen before. Like, oh, this is all great. I was picking up barrels of it all. I was going to a room, kill every dude, pick up lots of it, kill the rest of the dudes, pick up some more, kill the rest of the dudes, because they keep coming, and work your way through.
Quite tough as well.
Tough, yes, hard work. Like, I got through it. I was doing all right. You know, I was surviving thanks to Alan and Steve, but like, it was getting a bit rough in places, but I was doing it. So I was picking things up and get to the end, and it's like, oh, they say, oh, you should probably get a move on now. I was like, okay, cool. So a door opens, and like 5 or 6 or 10 maybe dudes come through. So I fight the dudes. Dudes come out like, oh shit, okay, fight the dudes. And the door goes down behind them. And I walk up to the door don't open. And I try a different door don't open. Mission fucked.
This broke you, didn't it?
It's not a bug. That's how it's supposed to work. You stand on a plate, door opens, you've got to get through it in like 5 or 10 seconds to find the door. If you don't do it, the door shuts. But if that happens, there's no way of stopping the mission other than like quitting from the menu. I have been playing for about half an hour at this point, picking up tons of stuff. You don't keep any of the stuff.
No.
I was not okay.
You were broken.
I was livid.
I noticed this on Twitter.
Because I did it again. I went back to the same mission, and I thought, I'll do it again. I was picking things up, thinking, I've got to find some more of these stars. Like, I'll get them. This argon stuff. I need some. And I found a couple more. And I got to the end, and it was a different door or something like that. It was the same door. Okay, I know what I'm doing this time. I've got to run. Door opens. I run through. It's an obstacle course. I couldn't work out where the hell's supposed to go. I didn't get to the end. I was like probably a good 5-6 seconds of running away from the end when the time went off. And I failed, and I lost everything again. And then I was like, right, not doing this again by myself, putting this down, walk away. So me and you tried it.
Hey.
And it was a different obstacle course to the one that I'd done the first time.
You see, I wasn't expecting the obstacle course. You didn't brief me on the obstacle course.
Well, I said, when I say go, go.
Yeah, but that doesn't really... That could just be a run to the exit. I didn't expect what was to come. And that's on your conscience.
Well... But yeah. I tried
your
that.
Your worn conscience.
My broken boy. And we did that, and we got through this jumping puzzle, and we didn't make it halfway. I've actually beaten that puzzle now. We did not make it halfway through that puzzle.
No.
There was lots more, and we're just not very fast at it. And, as a Warframe, I'm getting used to the kind of slide, jump, so go fast. But I wasn't going very fast. I kept bumping into walls and, like, missing jumps, and, like... I died again, and because we were doing our standard bollock around and have a chat as we were playing. So we've been doing this for 25 minutes, haven't we?
We've been killing lots of boys, and
yeah,
killing them good,
and
collecting all the loot.
And then it was like
all the loot you didn't undersell the loot. Oh, so much loot! I've got an argon, Chris. Got another one.
And then at the end, like, you didn't jump fast enough. No loot for you. No. And I went back yesterday, and
has this been bothering you?
I replayed that mission. Or that kind of mission, because it's not like a set thing, like it just regenerates the ship every time, so you're doing a different one every time, but it's the same essential thing. Probably 5 more times. And the last time I did it,
You've done it.
I got an I-10 only because I'd done the same mission like 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
I was starting to work out where the bloody thing was. It was all right, but I got to the end. I picked up this treasure. It was even the winning was bittersweet because I look back on how much time I'd spent to do this. Like you fucking 2-3 days of trying this, hours of time spent just trying to run to the end of this bloody thing. And like I wasn't even fighting anything in the levels by the end. I was just running through, ignoring every bastard,
you're my hero.
Going for it. Like, just like, right, no, I'm on my way. I'm not even going to punch you with a mountain today. You got off late today. Atlas has got things to find.
Now, you see, I remember after we'd done it, we did something after. Like, we were quite drained, but it redeemed us and kind of the mood. But I can't quite remember what it was. But I just remember, after all that delicious loot in Maru's, which we lost, all this next loot was just rubbish. It'll come back to me later. Yeah.
Oh, do you want some credits? Oh, have a bit of gallium. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, some compacted salivage.
Salivage.
Yeah. In my Xbox One game, I built my first Warframe.
Oh shit! Tell me about it because you haven't told me about it yet.
Sarin Prime. I only started messing about with it last night, and again, you've got the thing where you're just starting off from scratch again. I'm not keen on the look. I've seen some really nice skins for the Sarin Prime, and I got the Sarin Hemlock helm, which basically looks like an insect with a tiny little hat that looks like she's wearing a little midget gem, which is a strange packet of tiny biscuits with a bit of icing on, which were once popular in England because we didn't know any better. The war,
bloody ice gems. I'm looking at a picture.
Yeah, midget gems or something else.
Ice gems.
You're right. Yeah.
Ice gems. I'm looking at a picture. It looks like she's got a Bulbasaur on her head.
Yeah, she's got like
a lot of Bulbasaur references this episode, aren't there?
No, well played.
Yeah.
All you Pokemon fans out there. But the main sort of Sarin Prime helm is like a little bit like elephanty. It's got nice eyes, but I don't like the sort of elephant.
I'm sorry.
One and the
elephanty.
It's got like a little elephant, some tiny elephant trunk, but just in the middle of the forehead. It's
what?
really weird.
I'm googling it as you're talking. I need to see this.
There's these kind of wiggly kind of worm bits on the back, which I wasn't keen on, and I switched that to the regular Sarin helm, which was a bit boring. But you know, it took a while to love Frost, so I'm fine at kind of getting used to things. You know, when I had Frost, it was at first I'd not got Exalted Blade and I can't move as fast, and I looked a little bit chunky, a little bit clunky, and then like, oh my Frosty avalanche. So with Sarin, like
I think you've got to find that. You've got to find your power, haven't you? You've got to find that, like, oh, hello.
So I started messing about with some of the powers, and I think one of them, you kind of infect someone, and then when you punch them, and there are other enemies by, the burst spreads to the enemies, and they start getting like toxic stuff happen to them.
Okay.
So there's a few that I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to figure out, but not quite got the look yet. Not quite got used to her, but we'll see. You know, it's a slow burn. It's a slow romance.
Fashion frame takes time.
Yeah, that is true. But speaking of which, I bought a skin for the Excalibur. I couldn't resist there's an Excalibur Deluxe skin. I put it in like Xbox shaders from the Year 3 free event. There's an Xbox like color scheme that you can get.
What's it called?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Fuck's sake!
I think it is one of the. It looks like Spawn, without the swishy sort of coat cape thing, but with like a concrete 26 pack.
Is it the proto armor skin by some chance?
It might be,
because that looks like exactly what you just described.
Yeah, and I've done like a few vids that I've not sort of put up yet, and I took like 1 million pictures of him sort of around my crib, my space crib.
Do you know what he looks like?
What?
He looks like, looking at this thing, because he's got a regular ass belt on. like a normal boy, regular, just buckled up belt. Whereas, usually a lot of the Warframes are kind of like gooey, weird boys. He looks a lot like the current Venom, the Flash Thompson Venom.
Yeah, there's a bit of
the
Venom
military
in there.
boy, the military boy version. Like, he just looks like an army guy if he was possessed by an alien monster.
But again, like,
he looks good.
Excalibur looks, you can get some nice colour schemes going from the start anyway. Even though he kind of looks a little bit like a sort of plasticine, like Rhino, Metal Gear Solid, choppy Amazer-Man.
He's basically he's standard boy with a horn, isn't he?
He's pretty cool.
He's pretty basic. He is a basic bitch.
But with the skin, there was no way I could not get it. Once I looked at it, I was like,
It is nice.
Yeah, but it looks pretty bitchy, and I'll have to send you a picture. I'll stick it up on Twitter for everyone else to have a bit of a gulp. But it looks nice.
It does look nice. I'm enjoying it.
So I'm cracking on with that. Also, I had a thing with like scary stuff. We had an experience which was vastly different with this thing. I was told that to progress to one of the planets, I had to track down a prosecutor. And I looked everywhere for a prosecutor, and I couldn't find one. And then I heard Space Mom say, like, there's a prosecutor in this level. And I was like, oh, okay. And this thing was running towards me. And I ran around the level for about half an hour, trying to take pot shots. I got no blue squishy, like, mana juice, so I couldn't use any of the Exalted Blade. There were things called scorpions that started running up, and like the prosecutor seemed to be buffing them, and then there were other bits that were turning up, and I was trying to lure things into near to exploding barrels so I could use those to my advantage. What happened when we saw one?
I punched it 5 times and it died.
Yeah, thanks.
Turns out Atlas is really good.
I think I was part way through the story when you just usurped me. But there was a thing called I was going through one level and it said there's a juggernaut in the level.
Okay.
If you want to take on the juggernaut, keep killing the infested. If you don't, leave them alone, and the juggernaut may go away. So I've not actually fought one of the things yet.
Boo! Boo!
Stalker. There's a stalker in one of the levels, and
that
Tara was
happened to me, didn't it?
Tara was saying that like stuff just shuts down at a certain point and doors lock, and it's just you and like the thing in a certain vicinity. When I told her that I got the dread bow, which I'm going to use probably with Saren Prime actually, which has the ability to decapitate people, apparently, which sounds pretty groovy. She said that if you've got that means somebody in the game that you were playing killed a stalker.
Oh shit!
So I was like, oh okay, but I haven't had that like one-on-one close encounter. Yeah,
well, I have.
That sounds pretty cool.
So were we playing together when this happened? We were, weren't we?
Might have been, yeah.
Because I cacked it, because again a video comes up in the bottom corner and you didn't see this, like, your crimes have been seen, and it has your username on there. Like, oh fuck, what? It calls you out by name. You're like, uh oh. And this thing's like, I don't know what this is about. Like, just a dude. Like, oh, there's a dude here. Oh, he's strong. Oh, he's very strong. And I tried, but I couldn't even knock a bit off his health. He ripped me to pieces. I wasn't ready.
What did he look like?
Just a dude.
But it just like did you in?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember it looking like a bog standard dude. I'm going to Google it now because I'm sure he didn't. It must just look like a dude. Warframe Stalker. Like, he just looked like just a guy in a black shirt.
In a black shirt.
Just a guy. He was just a guy, like maybe with a red face. I remember a red face, but like it definitely just turns up. It's like, you're dead now, and then you die now.
Does this tie into like the bit on the on your inbox where it says like there will be consequences?
Maybe
it must do.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what Tara was saying about it. Yeah,
because those consequences suck.
But I like the scary stuff when it happens, even if it's just like you're playing through and all of a sudden there's a bald man that starts like chucking out like dogs and starts throwing fire out at you. Or this, have you seen those ones that like the really big blokes and they've got like glass across their faces and you can crack the glass, but there's a certain point where they just go like, and they just run at you whilst doing that.
Oh god, yeah.
They'd like charge you down like the Juggernaut from Spider-Man. And I was like, no, because they just move far too fast and the look on their faces is horrible, but they make that kind of like noise. It's just.
It was, yeah.
When it first happened, I wasn't expecting it, and I was like, no.
It's a very different game with headphones on. Like, it's very much very audio based.
Sounds great, man.
You can hear where things are as well. Like the sound design is good. You can tell where things are happening around you. Like, and you spin your camera left. It's like, uh-oh.
So yeah, we've been doing some vids. I got into doing a few only with like Xbox upload sort of little program on the one, but I did Punch Club at first, where I ran around with my Frost Prime and I was just sort of just having a bit of a laugh, but pointing out some of the stuff that you can do in Warframe. Then I did CJ's Garden Party, where it was a protect the cryopod type mission, but that was a good giggle. Enjoyed it. The theme tied in quite well. And I did WTV Cribs, where I showed you through my Xbox One crib, which is my spaceship. So, yeah. And you did a Punch Club the other day.
I did. I decided to do an Atlas Punch Club and show off. It was more of a showing off like what I'm using. Like, here's my boy, here's my guns, here's my powers. Look at what they can do. That's where they got called Alan and Steve. That's where I named them, because I felt like they needed names, and they felt right. You know, like Alan and Steve feels like the right name for my Rumblers. Like Alan and Steve. Go on, Alan. Go on, Alan. Have a good one. Go on, look at Alan. Alan's my favourite, I think.
So I'm now going to say a big up and thanks to Brad Galloway from Game Critics, because Brad was at PAX and I was bouncing up and down about Warframe at this point. And I just said to him, like, if you see the folks from Warframe, just tell them we really like the game and we've done a podcast and stuff. And I didn't expect Brad to, and this is all credit to him, you beautiful, beautiful man, to like walk straight up there, take a picture with Danielle from DE, and just go, here I am at PAX telling them about your Warframe podcast. We've got some stuff for you. Give me your address. I'll send it on. So yeah, thank you to Danielle for sorting us out some stuff. But Brad, what a hero for sending it over. So we got 3 bandanas through, and I still got to send yours through. I gave one to Tara, and I got like a little bit of a sort of renegade bit of plat. So I gave that to Tara as well for basically dropping the breadcrumbs for where we're going to go as well. Plus, she did say, look, she got like 1 plat left or something. So we
bless.
did a bit of that. But yeah, and you know, we had that super natter in Stubbs with pumpkin spice lattes on as well. So it just seemed like a fitting sort of end and a thank you. But Brad and Danielle, just super thanks. It's just a really lovely thing for the gift in the first place, for him to go to the trouble of posting that from America over to us in Blighty, but super hero. Like, it's a wonderful thing, and you know, we're very appreciative. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, same. Thank you, Brad. You're just a cool guy. GameCritics.com, guys. It's really good.
He's a good lad. Go and spoil him.
Go read his words and then disagree with him on the internet. No, don't.
No. Like his words and agree with him.
Or disagree with him, but disagree with him in a civil fashion.
Just go there, because Brad's ace.
Go there and form your own opinion.
So, we did a show on Warframe, and we've continued bouncing up and down on it, and we may have worn a few people down into picking up Warframe or returning to it.
Would you say we've Warframed them down?
Oh, you see, you're good at this. How long have we known each other? About 5 years, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Where have you been?
These are the best ones I've ever come out with.
This is it. You'll be doing Pratt next.
I think it's my peppermint tea that's doing it.
I've got some Guatemala Hey Hey Tenango.
Fuck you, that's not real.
It is. Right? It's in the same way as you know how like Chihuahua is like Chihuahua.
Yes.
It's let me see. Because I've had Guatemala Antigua before, but this is Hey Hey Tenango is HUETENANGO, and it's very, very nice.
Hugh Tenango.
No, it's way apparently, according to my friend Wayne.
Sorry.
But, yeah, my friend Wayne told me it was.
He would think it was Wayne, wouldn't he?
But yeah, I've got a large mug of that. So yeah, that's lovely. But yeah, feedback. So we've had quite a bit since the last show.
Have we?
So yeah, and we also asked another question, but we'll come into that in a minute. So David Dunn said, "So weird how I've sunk hundreds of hours into Warframe, but not once been tickled by Destiny. It's too kooky."
Too kooky. Too kooky.
Kooky.
Wait, Destiny's kooky or Warframe's kooky?
Destiny's kooky.
I didn't say it's kooky. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I find Destiny is simpler. Shoot the gun at the man until your number is large. And I thought Destiny was complicated. Like I used to think Destiny was very like full of numbers and systems and loot. Holy shit! I didn't know anything, did I?
Well, it's funny. I was talking to this lad that I work with who says that because he's been playing like Destiny 2, and he says he was on the raid, and the people that he was on with were all talking about the Warframes that they got.
Yeah.
I was like, really? And he was like, you know how he was saying about like Warframe and stuff? I was like, yeah. So yeah,
more like TennOh.
He's kind of letting yourself down.
Not as good that one. They can't all be winners, but I'm still track record's good.
I can see why you're running up to it, but your batting average is good thus far.
Yeah, we're still okay. We're still batting a winning hand.
Yeah, I think you.
What does that mean?
You're doing all right.
What does that mean?
What?
Batting a winning hand.
I don't know.
Those
we're
weren't.
not on Fireside Chat.
Let's mix those metaphors.
Let me see what else we've got.
Feedback at me, sir.
I'm running through the feedback to get to the next feedback and not.
Are you not applying for time to find the next feedback?
No, I'm here. Shush! Stop interrupting me. So Pete Lawson at Mr. Worry on Twitter says, I enjoyed it release and been popping back every now and again. I'm amazed at how it has expanded and improved. It's fun.
It's fun, isn't it? Though, like, again, we talked about this last time. Like when I first tried it 3 bloody years ago, I thought it was wank. Hated it.
Well, this is why I was kind of putting out the call for folks that have, either returned recently or returned because of the podcast, which is pretty cool.
And it's nice. And he's right, it is fun. Like, the game is fun. Like, it's free to play, but it's a good laugh. Like, it shouldn't be this fun.
Pete went on to say, sort of, have you played as Nova? She has a crystal homing soul mass power and a prime hordes of enemies for a biotic explosion power. It's fun.
What?
Sold.
Nova?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. That sounds
prime
that sounds
hordes of
pretty good
enemies for a biotic explosion. Yeah, okay.
Let me see. Our friend Morbid Beard said, everything I've seen makes a fair comparison, especially as there's not too much you can compare to Destiny. It's getting downloaded. The mystery and the wonder of something new that doesn't have even half as much hype appeals to me way more. In all honesty, it's been a long time since I played a game that's offered that level of discovery. Even open world games don't have that. From the sounds of it, some of the things you've discovered thus far sound bonkers. That's kind of cool.
You don't know nothing.
Then our new friend that we were introduced to by Jeremy Greer, Michael, is it Prain?
Pren, I think. I say Pren. Tell us if we're right. I think Pren.
You're good on that. He's saying like he's being very shush for now because we ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
He's been really cool last few days. Actually, I've been able to throw ideas at him and he's bounced them back at me. He's been a Warframe senpai.
Cool.
In some ways.
That's what we like. But
Michael Pren, more like Michael TennOh.
The folks that sort of allowed that that level of sort of self-discovery and don't want to kind of spoil stuff. I think that's really classy.
Yeah.
So,
and before we get to the feedback, he's been doing some really good like starting a Warframe like videos streams. I've caught some of the first ones because I've missed it when it was going live. I watched the first half an hour or so, and he's kind of just running through the first kind of few hours of the game, kind of showing you how things work. Really, really well done. I like them. You should watch them.
I will say as well that our boy Morbid Beard says, reliable recommendations have never failed me, and I don't see this breaking that trend somehow. So thank you for trusting us, Morbid Beard. It's a very nice man.
Trust is misplaced.
He is a very nice man.
He is. Too nice.
He is.
What's he up to?
He's part of the Dark Insight podcast.
I don't know. I think he's too nice. I think he's hiding something under his beard.
Suspected.
There's a gun
Callum
in there.
O'Neill at Void Cyanide says, just listen to the Warframe podcast, now dying to get home from work to download the game. I shall find out how that gentleman got on.
Did you hang on, did we do an influence?
I think we did an influence. Oh my god, we're influencers.
YouTube, give us money.
Oh my god, I've got YouTube hair already.
Pepsi, pay me money to talk about Pepsi. Pepsi's brilliant. That's free. Next one will cost you.
Our friend Christian, I love Jessica Biel, said to check out at Evil Teacuppy. Apparently she plays a ton of Warframe and is very, very good at it. So I'll have to jump on that Twitch. So have a look at that.
Twitch.
That Twitch, right? I'm delving because we got a bit of feedback.
We got more feedback. Are you stalling to find the next bit of feedback?
No, absolutely not.
Cool.
Are you filling in?
How's the weather?
Right, our friend Playful Wolf Janos says, glad you're having so much fun. We'll check the game out. But he's just picked up like Destiny and No Man's Sky and Elite, so that might not happen.
That's quite a lot of space, isn't it?
He's always there's a lot of space. Yeah. You've got no space for any more space. So yeah, but that's fair enough. But he does tend to jump into the stuff that we kind of recommend. So again, lovely person.
Because of all the influencing we're doing. Look, Mum, I'm an influencer.
Let me see. At Threnser. Says, I'm torn between getting... Huh?
Is it Thrends? Is there a D in there? Threnser.
Yeah, that's what I pronounced. You just don't recognise it. Cause
like
you're
influenza.
A southerner. What? Shush. He says, I'm torn between getting it on the PS4 to play with people versus giving up my 100+ hour PC account.
Ooh. Ooh. I mean, it's free, isn't it? It's free, though, isn't it?
Like, he says, me and my friends were really into it when it first came out. Given that it doesn't cost me anything, I'll probably download it after Destiny 2.
Yeah, it's a good price.
It's a very good price.
Good price. And the speed people are getting... Let's not turn us into the throwing shade podcast here. But like Destiny 2, everyone seems like they're almost done with it. It's been 2 weeks.
That's a really strange...
Raid's finished.
Strange thing.
Done. I don't know.
Very strange.
Weird, that. Is that just me? Am I equating that badly to like the past? Because I remember Destiny 1, it took us a year to get to that bloody raid, didn't it?
It took us a long time.
And everyone's like, done it. Like a week and a half in, done it. I don't know. Is it too important now? Is it too much of a race? I don't know.
I did my thing where I was still plugging away trying to get people to play Warframe and put out a tweet saying, please play Warframe. It's very, very special. That second very was in capitals. And Samuel Mills sent us a picture of Jack Black from School of Rock doing a salute with underneath it says, yes, sir.
Yes.
I will need to catch up with you, sir, and find out if that has happened.
Send us a tweet.
Here we go. Mr. Don Blake on Twitter said, I started playing Warframe after listening to your podcast. Can you recommend any getting started or tips vids? I think Michael Prain, and the Magamu ones that you were...
Oh, the Magamu ones are brilliant. Like, if you want to, like... I mean, it's say, like, what I did is I treated myself to Atlas, because I thought, right, I'm going to buy one for myself, because I wasn't enjoying... Loki was okay, but I thought Atlas was just looking at me funny. So I watched his video to see how it works. Like, yeah, that looks like the sort of thing I want to play. Brilliant. Because the descriptions in the text are okay, but it's good to watch someone using them and saying, like, this one's quite good, this one's not as good as it seems. Mugamu's videos are amazing for that. So if you see something you like the look of, have a little look. Because I was going to get Limbo, and I thought, actually, I don't like the power set, looks a bit not like the way I play. Very kind of flipping in and out of a magic world. Stopping time. Admittedly, stopping time did seem really like my thing. Like, to yell Zawarudo at things, and then shoot them, and then resume time, watch them die. Like,
You were doing that a lot on the stream as well.
Ooh.
On the stream, on the games that we were playing.
Yeah, okay, so Atlas, when he punches a lot, I've got the speed up quite good, so he can punch quite fast, so I was yelling "Ora, ora, ora, ora" every time I was punching, and I'm sorry. I can't stop myself.
Martin Adamson, Martin 1, the number 1, says, I've been on it for a few days now, post-podcast, not sure what I'm doing, but I like it. Good lad.
Good lads.
Good lad.
There are 19 currencies. They're all important.
Yeah. Let me see what else we've got. Mr. Worry Pete Lawson returns to us, saying, I bought Octavia after your description of her powers. Your enthusiasm is powerful indeed. Shoot to the beat.
Go on, son.
Is this the moment the podcast turns against Warframe? He says after... Oh, it was you and I fighting. No, it was you. It was you being stuck on that door in Maru's Bazaar.
Oh God, yeah, I was about as upset as I've been when I did that. So yeah, no, we're fine. I got over it now. I'm okay. I'm happy now. I'm okay with the game again now. Like I've done it now, and I understand what was wrong. I just wish they wouldn't make you do 5 minutes of getting to the damn thing. Just let me do the puzzle, and if I fail it, let me retry it.
The powerful Chris Worthington, El Wortho on Twitter, said, you're talking about it intrigued me to the point I've tried it out, not played much yet, but I'm liking it. As I destroy something with the power of my mind in your house.
That was Laura trying to tidy up and just dropping things.
Don't ruin it.
Oh. I mean, it was a wizard.
I asked how far he'd gotten, and he says, I just killed Vor and done the first mastery. I love the sassy spaceship and the fact that I look like Ultraman. Sent me a picture of his Excalibur, and it looks like a cross between Ultraman or Captain Britain, which he seems sort of super happy with. And he can't really say. Ninja Badger 7 says he's having a bit of conflict with regards to Destiny 2 and Warframe. He says Destiny 2 is the mistress, but Warframe is the long-term partner.
Ooh.
And our friend Sentient Pulse says picked up Destiny 2 at the same time I started Warframe. Only been playing Frames.
Frames?
Yeah. Frames.
Bit of Frames.
I really like the card mod system, and now I want more games to have something similar in terms of sheer customization and abilities. And I did mention sort of the Amazing Eternals, which I'm rather looking forward to.
What is the? I mean, we've been talking about this. This raises an excellent point. So, what is the nomenclature for a quick bit of? Because, like, with it was a quick bit of Desters. A bit of Desters, bit of Desters.
Well, we've been calling it Warfers, haven't we?
Warfare. But, I mean, I like Fram. Bit of Fram.
What? Nah, I think you're off on that one.
What's up, Frame? Bit of Frame.
You have a few frames of frames.
Some frames. That's good. That's a couple of frames.
A few frames of Warfers. I think that's where we're right on that front.
A frame of frame. Like that feels good to say though. A frame of frame.
It just sounds like you're being remixed.
A can of can't.
A what?
A can of can't.
I wonder what you said.
Did you ever watch League of Gentlemen? That was a good show.
Language. So that's all the stuff that was on my Twitter.
Your Twitter.
Yeah, but now we've got TennOh-The-Humanities. Is this too much? Should we like do some more in a bit?
No,
I think
fuck
we should
it.
maybe
Keep going.
move on.
Keep going.
All right then.
This is our show.
Right.
I do it like that.
Yeah. Okay. We never really get this much feedback, so this is nice. It was nice. Martin Charlton, when he was retweeting the last show, says, once again those filthy boys of podcasting climb my erect gaming pile of shame, delicately balancing fresh delights upon the tip. Saucy monger. John Cranston says Warframe is great fun, really looking forward to jumping back in when Planes of Eidolon drops.
Ooh, we'll get there.
Yeah, Yeah, we had a lot. We've had a bit of interest. Say we're kind of dodging the mainstream a wee bit, where everybody's talking about Destas. It's kind of nice. Stan Shaw says, never even considered trying it until now. Suddenly right up my list. Which is, and this was when Michael Prawn.
Prune.
Okay.
Prehn.
Different version. Yeah. Michael, when he first introduced himself, said, "You mean to tell me some of my favourite podcasters are covering my favourite game of all time? Two great tastes that taste great together."
Oh, love you, babe. Oh.
But he did say here, like, weird things to seek out in Warframe if you haven't seen it. Jai Alai minigame, Warframe football, late game storyline, Void Trade and Rifts. Although you've obviously introduced like Rock Boy Bowling now.
Rock Boy Bowling.
Yeah.
Where can I knock a boy?
Yeah.
Ooh, new game.
Let's see what else we got.
We had quite a long one from the Guardian of Gifts.
Dude, Sentinel Plus, go for that now.
Okay, Guardian of Gifts, Sentinel Plus says, been playing Warframe since it was mentioned on the Humanities special episode. Just cleared over 20 hours so far in the game. Jesus. I suppose that's me too. And I'm constantly discovering new facets, quirks and systems that the developers have so kindly sprinkled throughout the game. It's been a blast, and the in-game community is generally open and thriving, which is always nice to find, especially when some gameplay mechanics are more inscrutable than one might encounter elsewhere. I'm quite looking forward to the Plains of Eidolon, as well as other games the developer has in the works. Yeah. Like, in terms of mechanics, it is very inscrutable. Completely agree. But, like, there's people out there describing it, explaining it for us. Thank you for the nice bit of feedback. Sentinel
Have
Plus.
we had any more on
who does the before we do Sentinel Plus, who does the Crouching Tiger Hidden podcast show about kung fu, and Monster Dear Monster, which is about monsters.
Yeah,
listen, they're good.
He's a proper good lad as well.
He's a good boy. Just a good boy.
You see, our boy Brad Galloway said, tried to get into Warframe at least 3 separate times. It never clicks. She'll listen to your new app with special attention. And then he did come back, and I think he was in the same situation that you were, whereby he played it, left it alone, and was just sort of a bit sort of bedazzled by what to do, where to go, all that sort of... Because it's a game that doesn't explain itself, but I must admit I kind of quite like that enigma about it. That it just throws stuff at you rather than... But, you know, I guess it's not for everybody. But I do hope he gets back into it.
Yeah.
I like Brad.
Good old Brad.
And obviously, even saying that, he was willing to put himself out for us with regards to saying hello to DL.
I'll be up for a bit of Brad Gallifrey.
Yeah, we'll call it with you, Brad. That'd be cool. Let me see. My Sinclair... said, I played as a stealth character with a bow. It's a lot of fun running along walls and picking off enemies. Those bows are beautiful.
The wall running's the one bit I've not been able to do well.
Oh, it's kind of quite helpety, and I do still love that Crash Bandicoot jump.
Oh, the whoop! Yeah, it's good laugh, isn't it?
It's proper good jump in the game. So let's boing on. I just got to the picture of Brad and Danielle from DE.
We've still got more.
Lovely. Huh? Yeah, we've done all right on this one.
Jeez.
I know. Who knew? Let me see. Oh, Sentinel Plus did say that he's dropped enough coin to unlock Octavia. Yeah. Having a blast with the dance beats. Oh my god, if you can get the two of you both doing Octavia, I wonder what double dance will be like.
Can we get... I wonder how many we can get. You get it as well. We'll get 4 of us, or just throwing beats down. Oh no, 3 of us, and then you in the middle going, I don't understand.
Me just doing electric stuff, just making people dance for you.
I've got electricity. I've got the power of song.
Let me see.
Like fucking Battle of the Bands.
It will be kind of... Especially if
hang on. Have we just invented Warframe X Factor?
I think we might have done.
So you stand in the middle, we'll all play our song, and you'll tell them which song you think is the best.
So Revatar says a Warframing we shall go. So our boy Revatar from the We're Not Wizards podcast is going to be jumping in, who's always really lovely with us as well.
He is, and he just recorded his 100th episode.
Mamma mia.
100 episodes in a year.
That's crazy.
He's mad. Well done, man. Thumbs up. Go listen, it's good. You like board games? I do. Listen to it, it's good.
Pod and Family, as a few of them kind of call it.
Yes.
Oh, you speaking of videos, while I still for time, you did a video for the TennOh song that was on our last episode.
Remember that song we did? Like at the end,
Yeah.
we do that. So if you're listening for the first time, sometimes we'll do a song at the end of the episode. We're not doing one this time. We do a song sometimes if we're inspired. And it was you came up with the words because TennOh sounds a lot like the word hello. And I don't know what you. I mean, I like the song. Is it me you're looking for? I think it's a good song. And
You see, if we were further enough in the game, we could have done Harrow, because you've got the Chains of Harrow, but we're not that far in. So what we'll probably do is just reuse that content.
Yeah.
And just put different lyrics in a bit. So if we do keep playing Warframe, expect that bit of stock footage to just be like tweaked.
Well, no, I think there's other songs. You say goodbye, I say Harrow.
You see, now you're spoiling it. I just set us up for a fall, and people now expecting new content. Shocking.
Oh, yeah, that is more work, isn't it?
So the other side of things that I'm going to introduce now, Megan. I don't know what prefix this happening, but Megan from Digital Extremes was sent a jar of Marmite, and that was Megan's reaction, which I also now put down to the fact that you are both gingers, and that maybe it's something in your blood.
We're both sane.
But
it's a nasty black pot of tar bollocks.
Now you see, this is where I have to have my own revelation. Like, I was so addicted to Marmite when I was at school that there was a period where I would eat, and this was all I would eat. I used to eat 32 slices of Marmite toast a day.
Fuck you.
I used to have 8 in the morning, breakfast, 8 at dinner when I come home from school, 8 when I got home, and then 8 before I went to bed. 4 slices of toast under the grill, 4 in the toaster. Mum could make like a stew, could make a dinner. All I'd have the taste for was Marmite.
I need to tell Laura this right now, live. Laura, when CJ was younger, he used to eat 32 slices of Marmite toast every day.
Good for him.
No!
Bing! That was my PlayStation achievement just kicking in.
Bad answer.
Validated. I will say, with regards to recipes.
Hang on, did you hear that?
What?
Laura's sister used to eat snails, so it could be worse.
How dare you? With regards to recipes for Marmite, if you get dry toast and you put just a thin layer of Marmite on and a fried egg on top, that's proper beaut. Also, if you get a thin layer of Marmite, put beans on top, and then melt cheese on top of the beans, it's just living glory. It's beautiful.
I know a good Marmite recipe on toast. You make the toast, right? And you spread the Marmite on, and you put on, like, I don't know, some cheese or some shit, and you throw it in an incinerator.
See, we had like some trolling feedback from somebody called Paddy Stardust. He says it's a nasty tar shite paste hole with all the yeast spreads, death in a jar.
It's awful. It's nasty tar shit paste, more like marshite.
But you see, this is where the JoJo's World podcast jump in with regards to Vegemite, which apparently Australians seem to think is like Marmite but better. And has like B vitamins in.
Wait, you haven't said it properly.
Vegemite.
Vegemite. There you go.
But he said,
sorry.
he said it's a nice rich flavour, best eaten lightly, spread over butter and or with cheese, and then puts a picture and says, but then again, I might be biased. I don't even know if he's from Australia.
They are.
Are they?
Then again, you might be biased.
It's
not quite a strong accent. They're not got quite as strong as accent as you'd think. Like, it's not like, and then again, Vegemite. Like, they're not that strong.
You're losing viewers. Shush.
Sorry again, Australia.
Paddy Stardust trolls us again, saying best eaten in Satan's hell chambers, surrounded by the gargoyles of nausea.
Yep.
Martin Charlton ruins his earlier comment by saying, first light of Marmite toast, a divine bitter blessing from the gods. Second, xenomorph poo. Thusly setting himself out as Switzerland. Which is just no good. Sino Weevil basically says Bovril on toast. Do people still buy Bovril? I know
exists.
Margaret Thatcher liked Bovril.
Yeah, someone at work last winter used to have Bovril in a cup.
Moving on.
I know, right?
Michael Prane?
Prehen.
Okay, you said it differently every time.
I know.
Michael now has options with his name. It says, I'm an old hand at Warframe, but I'll summarise my thoughts here anyway. The game changes so dynamically all the time. Bi-monthly content patches, add new weapons, characters and areas. More than that, they revise existing content to improve the player experience. If you played it long ago or read a review from launch, consider giving it another go. You might be surprised at how much it's improved. The mechanical complexity of this game is shocking. Unfortunately, the game does a poor job of explaining itself, but if you put in the effort to crack open the mysteries and learn what's happening here, it has incredible depth. It gives me a similar feeling to playing Final Fantasy Tactics. On the surface, it may appear that there's only one type of encounter. However, what makes this special is the amazing space for player expression Warframe gives you. If you can dream of a character build, you can probably make it in the game. Reflect damage build? Yep. Minion army build? You bet. Point is, Warframe is a weird, obtuse, wonderful, inspired game. Try it out if you have interest in shooters. It is free after all. And apologies for the novella. I tend to gush about this game when it comes up. You are in good company, sir, and it's very, very much appreciated.
Yeah, but what's the thing about Marmite?
You see Graham Sharp jumps in at this point saying, love it. Put it in chili, bolognese and roast potatoes with it.
Warframe or Marmite?
He wasn't specific. I think that was the Marmite one.
Okay.
Jake Lionheart put up some Warframe tweets earlier on today, and I was like, yes. It says, I'm so glad I decided to check this out after listening to you guys talk about it, and I absolutely love it. I'm only a few missions in, but excited to dive deeper into the game. Space Ninja Badger 7 says, to me, Warframe is a game for gamers by gamers. In a business where companies look to milk gamers, DE do it the right way. Warframe comes across as a labour of love. I'd agree with that. Each frame is lovingly designed with tight gameplay. The more people experience it, the better. So yeah, all that oh God, 11 new notifications.
Oh, fuck off. Really, what?
No, you're supposed to embrace people talking to us. This is... Right. Anthony Saunders says, Marmite are lightly spread on buttered toast. Also love the look on American faces the first time they try some. Well played, sir. Well played. Martin Charlton says something else about Marmite, but he's just ruined it earlier. Let me see. Fergzilla says, Marmite is the source of glories. There are no recipes. It is at its purest and most delicious when eaten directly from the jar with a spoon.
Oh,
what?
I mean, you could also get a dog, right, and then feed it something really bad, and then just kind of put your mouth over its anus, and then wait for it to shit itself in your mouth. That would be a similar experience.
I don't know who you are.
Straight from the jar. That's got to be on Urban Dictionary.
Vader Van Odin from the Dark Insight podcast says, New Zealand Marmite is the best. Eat it on toast all the time. What's so different about New Zealand Marmite?
That is Vegemite, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's Australasia, mate.
But when Megan was being quizzed about Marmite on stream, some people seemed to think it was from New Zealand. It took a while for them to centre on the fact. I think it's from around here originally.
Well, they probably watch a lot of Home and Away and Neighbours because they have Vegemite on there, don't they? That was my first experience with Vegemite. Neighbours.
How cultural are you? Let me see. Robin, Kiss His Fingers, our old friend, used to do Choose Your Own Adventure Pod, which was really good.
Kiss your fingers without Marmite on them.
Says, lads, I've started getting into Warframe myself, but I'm still a bit about a lot of it.
Was that an emoji?
It was 3 question marks,
Okay.
but I didn't know how. I'm still a bit question mark about
All right,
a
text
lot
to
of it.
speech.
I'm gonna put your show on next time I play. I think that'd be cool.
Cool.
And then Ben Naylor says, back to Marmite. I have no recipes, but I suggest that hot chocolate is the perfect accompaniment to Marmite on toast.
Fucking Christ, what is wrong with you people?
On the other side of that, I did see a Japanese film where someone was making beef stew, and the secret to the beef stew tasting really nice was chocolate powder inside like the beef gravy.
Right.
Yeah. So, wow. We've really ploughed through this.
Have I entered the hell dimension?
What?
This Marmite stuff, man.
Well, you are a ginger, so you just get straight in.
I expected more no's, because the rule is you either love it or you hate it. It's got to be 50-50. This has been 90-10.
Marmite.
Anyone under the age of 25 will have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, why is he singing the Marmite song to a Flow Rider thing? Because that is an advert over here where they actually realised that there were two groups, people that loved it or hate it, and they did I Hate Marmite and My Mate Marmite.
Laura has just made Marmite toast.
Yes!
Oh,
your lady is a champion.
It's okay, she's bought me a pork pie.
Ugh, how can you eat that? That stuff's it's like eating some sort of jellied dog.
It's like
in a old sock.
It's like spam in pastry.
See, that's bad. We'll move on.
It's like a gift of pork.
The last thing that we're going to talk about is there was the Planes of Eidolon dev stream, which was held on Friday the 15th.
Look, shit. Thanks for listening, everyone. Moving on.
Paddy!
Ah.
It's not the case, is it?
Did a joke.
Say sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right then. So it was held. So it was held on Friday the 15th, and bizarrely enough, to say that Warframe doesn't seem to get a lot of media coverage, IGN put up a preview of it, which was IGN, and I was like, really? That's kind of cool, and I do genuinely think this is what's going to push Warframe over the edge with a lot of people. So pre-planes, so they did a little bit beforehand, or growing planes.
Oh.
What? What?
Move on.
It was good. So the first thing that they showed off was the Great Eidolon Hunt, which is going to be a link between sort of Twitch and Warframe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you explain this, because you probably pay attention to that bit more than I did.
Yeah, so it says here, with the Planes of Eidolon, there will be a ton of new content for you to explore and discover when it releases. Celebrate with the largest Warframe update ever. We've partnered with Twitch to help you get new and exclusive loot even when you can't jump into a mission. When the Planes of Eidolon launches, so will our first ever Twitch Drops event, the Great Eidolon Hunt. For 2 weeks after its release, viewers will be rewarded for watching their favourite broadcasters streaming Warframe. Simply make sure your Warframe and Twitch accounts are linked and tune into Warframe casts on Twitch for a chance to earn drops ranging from exclusive decorations to cosmetics, resources, and even Prime gear. So I'll send you this link because there's some... let me see. I don't know.
Are you sending me the link or the listeners the link?
I was going to send you the link. I'll have to send it you through on Twitter.
That would be a good thing to embed in a podcast, like the technology where you say, I'm going to send you a link, and then the listener's phone goes, bling, and the link's there.
Click the link that I've sent you on Twitter, Mr. Patrick Stiles.
Okay.
But I will continue to read on.
Read on.
So the Great Eidolon Hunt, you link your accounts, and instantly you get the exclusive Broca Prominence Sidana, which is Sidana's like a little bit of a sort of cape thing, like the swishy ribbons that I got on the back of my fella in the videos.
I like that. It is purple and white and pretty.
Nice, it's purple and white. You're right. You've sold it very well. It looks a little bit like a caravan door cover or something that you might cover a teepee or a tent with. It looks good.
It does look good.
I like it. It's worth it. So then step 2, earn Twitch drops when you watch any Warframe streamer, and when you watch any Warframe streamer, earn any in-game achievements. So you get a random cosmetic drop ranging from cosmetics to prime gear. So that's pretty good.
That is good. Prime gear.
Yeah, so that's just by watching a Twitch streamer. When they get an achievement, you will automatically get something cool. Watch any Warframe streamers for 1 cumulative hour, and you get the exclusive Prominence Wisp totem.
What is that? What does that mean?
Don't know.
Cool, right.
Watch partners or selected streamers earn By the Dawn's Early Light achievement for surviving the night in the plains of Eidolon, and you get an exclusive sigil.
Oh, what's that?
The Terrorless sigil. Well, the sigil is something that you can wear on the front of your Warframe.
A shiny T-shirt transfer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent.
But
it's a picture of the big boy, isn't it? Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool.
I love it.
So yeah, and also, I mean, if folks are tuning in and they want to know more about Warframe, I presume like these folks will be answering questions as well. So a bit more.
It's a real good way of growing it as well, because like the guys that Twitch stream that are going to be involved in this, like that's good for them as well. Like that means people are going to watch their stuff. Like I mean, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. We've covered this before. I don't really watch a lot of Twitch because I'm generally playing the game, not watching it. But I would be inclined to watch at least a bit on those first 2 weeks to get that exclusive Prominence Wisp totem that I completely know what it is. I don't know what it is. I want it though.
I'll have it all. I'll have that Sardana for a start.
I'll have that Terrorlist sigil. I'll have that. I'll have a random drop ranging from cosmetics to prime gear. I'd like that.
So yeah, the stream continued, and we saw early footage of new stances. There was lots of sword choppy Excalibur footage, dual swords. There's a bit where he leans on one sword and kicks.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
And he throws one sword and it comes back.
So this is where they showed off the Octavia Deluxe skin, which looked a little bit like Hot Rod from Transformers the movie.
A bit.
The original 1987 classic. But you were saying earlier that Octavia hasn't really got a groovy enough skin for you. That one was really pretty. Really pretty.
Was it Octavia?
Yeah.
Was it?
I watched it again today.
Did I just miss that?
Yeah.
Might have done. Am I just thick?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Wait, no, yeah, the one that makes her look a bit like a flower.
What? It was like it just made her look like
just flower.
From Transforming the movie.
No, she looks like a flower.
No, I think you're back on the correct.
Put in Octavia Deluxe skin. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th picture. She looks like a flower, a magical flower person. I like it. This is an audio medium. Moving on.
Let me have a look. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one across.
Octavia Deluxe skin, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she does look a bit like a flower.
Like a flower, yeah, there you go.
I'll take it back.
Thanks.
But also Hot Rod from Transformers the movie. They mentioned Focus, which we don't really know what that is yet because we've not gotten super far in the game, but apparently it is getting rejigged. There was then Spooky Tenogen. So I'll send you another link. So they ran through there's a competition where people can create their own Warframe skins and stuff, and folks were asked to come up with some good ones, but not really sort of cliched Halloween ones. There was an Atlas one which looked a little bit jack-o'-lantern, which was pretty good, and I thought of you in that regard. There was one, was it the Limbo one that looked like really good? It's got like a the Limbo one. The Limbo one was the one right at the front.
Oh, with the cool
Do you remember?
hat.
Yeah, have a look on that link.
Limbo Venari helmet. It's like a proper Cavalier's hat.
It is.
It's a Bloodborne hat.
It is, but it looks a little bit. Again, it looks a bit Transformers the movie. Like is it Scourge and Cyclonus? One of them's got kind of that sort of that hat. It also looks about who's my girl from Dark Souls 2?
Lucatiel.
Lucatiel. It's a bit of a Lucatiel hat.
Bit Lukish.
Maybe. It's a bit winged. Also, a bit Magnificent Chester in that. Have you seen some of the designs a little bit further along on the Steam link?
Yeah.
With the kind of flared trousers and stuff of it.
It's nice.
Which was very nice indeed.
I like that.
Was it the Limbo one? The Limbo Vistiexio?
Say it again?
I know. So basically, it looks like a kind of squinty-eyed top hat man. It's pretty. They're really good designs. I like them. Although the forums seem to think that there were better designs that didn't get done. But
I think they're different. I think just to go like standard spooky outfit, like this one's a witch. Woo!
But yeah, they on the Twitch streams previously they'd sort of primed people, no pun intended, not to like lean into like cliched Halloween stuff to be sort of quite inventive. But you can see these on the Warframe forums under TennOh-Gen Round 10 Halloween Edition. So pretty cool. Then they, I love this bit where they showed off the glass Warframe that's coming.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit like a Skylander. It actually does look like it's got kind of clear plasticky bits like across it. If you can imagine it as a toy.
It's like a Batman toy that's got like a Sonic Exploder armor on.
Did you see how they cycled through loads of different color options to see which was the best version?
Yep.
And they even said at the last minute that they've changed the default sort of helm that they're going with, and then showed you the previous one that they were going to go with. But yeah, you can kind of impale things from distance in like this sort of blown glass effect, and like impale things against the wall. You can the glass armor that's around the shoulders and the chest and like the head. You can shatter the armor and like AOE enemies that are near you.
Like a damaging spiky cloud.
Yeah, and then it goes like the sound was amazing throughout all of this. It was like, and then like a rewinded effect as it all went like.
The crinkle tinkles were superb, weren't they?
They were really good. The fragmented reality mirrors, where there were kind of these really weird, freaky kind of mirror skulls that the AI attack the mirrors, do damage to themselves when they smash.
Brilliant.
So when they attack the mirrors, they're doing damage to themselves anyway. But when they smash, they kind of do even more damage. And then there was this thing that wasn't quite ready yet, but they showed it where it is. But there's an expanding molten glass ring. Enemies slow until frozen, and then shatter. So that was
covered in molten glass, wasn't it? Liked it.
Really lovely. I'd love a toy of this, frankly. It looked really pretty.
It sounded good. I like that they're not done with it yet, because they were shooting out the first power, the big pointy sword glass blowing kind of sling out thing, and it's like it looks cool from every angle except the one you shoot it from, and we're working on that. We want to make it look cool.
Well, this is one thing that I really liked about the stream anyway, that they looked like so invested and like so nervous but so proud at the same time. And I love that. It just endeared me to them all the more, to be honest.
Yeah, you could see they were like excited to show off, and like even you know when they were sort of taking breaks, you know, in between showing bits off, doing the giveaways for platinum on the screen, where I totally saw my own name come up.
I know I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I was typing to you on Twitter, and I could see that you'd started typing, and I was like, your name came up. And he's like, my name came up.
Yep. I didn't win though, which was a bit of a shame.
Anything,
I wanted to win.
It flickered by in a moment of fleeting, like 15 seconds of fame.
15 microseconds of fame.
Yeah. So they then showed off a Mag Deluxe skin, which is quite nice.
It's pretty.
Then boinged into the Plains of Eidolon. So this is Warframe's open world expansion, where they said we're not giving out a date. But if you know anything about previous Warframe development, let's just say there are no more hotfixes. We're submerging the submarine, and it's believed that it's coming this month. Obviously, it'll be PC at first, but it was interesting that to sort of do a little aside, because they did a Reddit AMA sort of afterwards. But a few people were saying like, oh, you know, I run Warframe on my old potato of a laptop. Does this mean I'm going to have to upgrade? And they've said, like, we've already got it running on, like, the smallest of PCs.
Which is mental, because it looks beautiful.
Yeah, and they said, like, it's that was the first thing we did. We got it running on you know, your mini PCs, and then we built outwards. So if anything, that's the stuff they're tidying up sort of at the minute, you know, how. But they did say as well that they've done, like, fixes across the board in Warframe, as well as doing, like, the Plains of Eidolon and all that's going to be there in the update. Oh, they did say that Glass Warframe is launching at the same time as Plains of Eidolon as well. Ooh. Which is pretty cool. So they showed off the market in the game, which seems very Monster Hunter.
I got a Final Fantasy 12 vibe off of it.
Did you?
A little bit, yeah. Sort of like, you know, here's some weird looking stalls and odd people.
Talk a minute, because I've written some more notes on a piece of paper because I was eating peanut butter crackers and drinking coffee.
Peanut butter as well?
Well, Jesus Christ.
Is there no hell substance you won't put in your mouth?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I thought the town was very much sort of like Final Fantasy 12, maybe a bit 15 in that sort of... I suppose that's more the open world, like the way you run around, but like visually, like it looked very similar to me to that, which is not a bad thing because that game's beautiful. It is a lovely, spicy meatball of a game. Yeah, I thought that the town stuff looked great. Like run around, talk to some people, build some stuff. Like there's the new weapon crafting. You can craft, I think it's like what do they call it? Like a core or a hacks or something. But you can build your own weapon, like so you choose this is the kind of blade I want, this is the kind of stick I got, this is the kind of decoration I want, and then the powers and moveset kind of come based on how you build it. It seems. But she didn't have any bits in her inventory to make one. She almost cheated and put them in, but it's like well, you see how this works on the other one. So I like that idea, like being able to pick a cool looking blade and stick it on the kind of handle that I want, because I find that in games like this where they've got some cool weapons, I'll find something that looks cool as shit. Like, oh my god, that looks amazing. It's a halberd. I'm never going to use that. Like, oh, here's this cool shit blade, but I can put it on the end of an axe. Perfect.
Well, I kind of like what they were saying that that you can do missions for these people, and that they revere the Warframes in kind of a religious way almost. But the people are being kind of terrorized and put upon by the Grineer, and so by doing the missions that they ask you to do, you can kind of earn blueprints and parts, and that side of things is all covered as well. But there's also daytime, which is for like regular folks, but the nighttime you get more difficult enemies, and you get like the massive, huge Eidolons, which seem to be like a wee bit of a puzzle and the things aren't really that interested in you. So part of it is attracting their attention and figuring out how to take them down.
I liked that it didn't have an arm and had kind of tied a tree onto its stump.
Yeah, it seemed like a wonderfully off-kilter creature, and I think that's something else where you look at it and you just go, huh.
I also liked how... Oh god, what was her name? Sorry.
Rebecca,
that's the one.
Lass that was doing it, yeah?
I like how she didn't do any damage to it whatsoever. And tried, I'm doing nothing. Time to go.
Yeah. It's not even looking at me, and then did that like massive like area of effect, like sweep across the floor and stuff. But I presume there's going to be some really talented, experienced Warframe folks. I will tune in on Twitch to watch people try and take down an Eidolon. Especially given that if somebody survives the night, you get some stuff in that little bonus bonanza thing that they're doing.
You get a t-shirt transfer, don't you?
You do indeed, yeah. So let me see what else we've got. You can mine, you can sell stuff, you can build, you can spearfish.
I like spearfishing.
Let me see. The actual map for Cetus and the Plains of Eidolon is 9 kilometers square.
Jeez.
It's a bit of a beast when they brought up that map.
That's not small.
Yeah. So it just looks really exciting, and for the level of ambition that's there, they're not faffing around, are they?
No.
They really aren't. And whilst we've not got to any of the newer stuff yet, we're still like fairly early into like the Warframe stuff. But when people are talking about Chains of Harrow and the Second Dream and all this amazing stuff that we've still got to come, further on at the end of that is Plains of Eidolon as well. And, to underline it, it's free. I've got no point chucking coin towards people that are this invested, that are this passionate, that adore their fan base as much as the fan base enjoy them. Don't know, wee bit smitten.
It's all right, isn't it?
Aye,
it's all right, isn't it?
So yeah, that's our second Warframe episode where we've gone on for a couple of hours, and we've also covered Marmite.
Ugh.
And we've had a healthy amount of feedback as well, which is pretty cool.
That's the most feedback we've had in a very long time. So thanks, everyone. That was good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good rap sesh, everybody.
So,
good chat.
So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Let us know if you're downloading and you're playing or any sort of big stuff that's happened to you. And oh, by the way, I think I remembered what it was that we did after Marie's Bar.
What was it?
Oh, the one with... I can't stand if it's stuff the gram, but I'm gonna set it straight, this loot ain't great. I can't stand the misery when I'm in here, punching mother flipping chubby Grenier. So while I spit sweary discourse, face like there's an argon crystal up my arse. Oh my god, compacted salivage, still I'm kicking cakes and sabotage. So, listen up, but I can't say nothing. Mother flipping pants are jumping and running, feeling like an idiot, but I've jumped into a mother flipping new alert. Cause what you see you might not snare, hitting all the bins but the cupboard is bare. We lost it all in Maru's Bazaar, now we're grabbing tats in sabotage.